Hi everybody, welcome to Northwood Farms Vlog 56.
And I'm Emma.
I'm Kip.
And I'm Debbie.
And it is January 12th, 2014. Yesterday was my little brother Theo's 25th birthday. Happy birthday, Theo.
Yep, you got to introduce your horses too, because these are your challenge horses.
Right. This is Traveler. He's a Mustang from South Steens.
And this is my off-the-track thoroughbred Lou.
Yep.
So Debbie is the director of Mustangs and More. She's the one that owns Easy. And Traveler, you started with Traveler with the challenge last year, and you really hadn't done a lot with him, right?
Yeah, he'd been out in the pasture and hadn't had a lot of work. He had a lot of issues that I didn't have the tools in my toolbox to help him.
I know what I want to know. I want to know, why did you pick him for the challenge? Because he wasn't really your main horse at the time, was he?
I didn't have a main horse at the time. You were riding Easy, and Easy was good with the kids, but ever since Eeyore, I haven't had my own horse that I took on as mine, and Traveler was out in the pasture and troubled.
And he's so handsome.
And he's so handsome, and so I just decided he was going to become my horse. Because watching you and learning from you, I got the tools where I could now help this horse where I didn't have him before. And once he became my horse, that made the hugest difference.
It really did. It really did. And then the consistency, because we were just talking about how last year we just set like an hour block, which was really the first time Beth and I had set an hour block. Like, we're just gonna put in 50 hours. This year it's only 40, but last year it was 50. And we're just gonna put in the time. And I remember talking to you about it, and it was like, and Kip, you too, because when stuff is hard and when life is busy and you're like, oh, I can only fit 15 minutes in, it's not worth it. It is worth it.
But it is worth it. And last year, well, we'll see it this year too, because the first week of the challenge, everybody's really excited to kick off the challenge. So you put in a lot of hours and your momentum's good and everybody's going great. And then you hit that second week of the challenge and you start hitting the grind of the challenge. Yeah. And, you know, life gets in the way. A lot of stuff happens in life that, you know, keeps you from riding your horses, work, you know, everything, families. And so, you know, you really have to start grinding the 15 minutes now.
It's a good point, honey. I seriously think it's a good point, because there's going to come a time when the excitement isn't enough to carry you through. So just bear that in mind. Everyone who's had an awesome start, that's cool, right? That is seriously good. And it will help you to know that you can get back to that too. But for those of you who haven't started yet, just get started. 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, that is so important. Just little bits that you can get in with your horses.
Tell them what you were saying about how, because you did it in such small increments with him, you haven't actually gone backwards.
That's the amazing part for me is, okay, if I look back at the way I used to ride horses and get on and make them go, regardless of where they were, you will go. And it's such a difference of what this horse has taught me is little tiny, upping the ante in little bits and waiting for him to get relaxed at what I'm currently doing before we go the next step instead of rushing it. And so you can build on every little segment.
And so was it helpful then? It seemed like when I looked last year to just be like, just focus on getting a block of time in, and then you weren't trying to get one thing accomplished. It was like, it was so cool to be disassociated from the result.
Yeah.
Other than just putting in the time.
Right. I had little tiny things I wanted to do with them at each time. Little tiny things I kept looking for. But looking back at last year, it was all about building trust. And so I wasn't interested in so much in the time as looking for what his reaction was into what I was asking him to do. Yeah. And to be, this is the first time I've been in this arena.
I know, because part of your thing was to take him to more different places. I know a bunch of us are kind of on that thing too, where now the horse is ready for some exposure. So this is your first time at Northwood with the horsey.
And it's been fun, and my horse stayed in my rectangle. That was my goal for today.
Yep, and it was perfect. It's been fun to see how you've just gone pretty straight. Like, it's not like you were just hammering it all to get something done in a week. You were going to define the success as anyway, it's been really cool.
Yeah, and
Who would have thought?
the momentum of the challenge then can carry on throughout the rest of the year because you're
That
going.
happened to you.
Yeah, it really sets you up for the next thing.
Yeah.
Like you said, Debbie, you got maybe trail rides, you want to go do clinics or this or that, and you're ready.
We're ready.
You're right in the middle
That's
of it.
right. And I'm so happy to have so many of you back for a second year. That's great. And again, we're just so thrilled to have everyone that's new. Oh my gosh, we've like 353 people or something like that, 350. And so there's a bunch of you that are back again. Kimberly, Arlene, Sue. Oh my gosh, Molly
gonna miss
Dill.
too
I'm
many
going to miss
names.
too many people. Molly Dill, I met at you for
Not bringing a
not
Happy.
bringing Penny again, but
She's got like happy problems.
yeah. I have happy problems, but Chesna's making up for it with her little Grand-Prix happy. Pippin,
Yeah.
yay!
Pippin.
So anyway, that's the story from out here. Now it's getting dark. We're losing the light.
Losing the light. So we'll see you guys next week.